What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going to check out the video. What is good, YouTube? Coming to y'all with another video. We're going to talk about D'Angelo Russell going to a surprise team. People said that he was going to the Wolves. They said he might go to the Lakers. Honestly, none of us have really knew, but we all speculated just like everybody else in the NBA. Crazy thing is he's going to Golden State, and they will be getting rid of Andre Iguodala, a guy that stepped up big against LeBron James and helped them win the title in the championship in 15. They also will be giving up a lot of cap space to commit to D'Angelo Russell. It's a 4-year, $117 million deal. That's a lot of paper to give to a player. But I will say it's time to evolve. This team has to change if they want to continue to keep up with the competitiveness of the NBA. They lost Kevin Durant, the best player in the world, and he went to to Brooklyn. So you have to find a way to still compete for titles. Obviously, you want to keep Andre Iguodala. He's a guy that brings it defensively. He makes the right passes, the right decisions, can guard multiple positions, one of their best one-on-one and team defenders, and he had a lot of camaraderie and chemistry with this Golden State team. He is a huge component of what the Golden State do, and one of the reasons why they have been on top of the NBA for so long. I am personally a guy that feel like Golden State is not done. A lot of people said that they done. Everybody wanted to see them lose. They wanted to see them fail, and people wrote them off right away soon as they lost Clay and KD. I do believe that they still do have a chance to be a serious team in the Western Conference. One of the reasons was because they still did have Steph, Draymond, and Iguodala. But with that being said, Klay Thompson is not out for the whole year. So that's one thing you got to remember. He will come back at one point, and Klay is a hard worker. Klay can always shoot, even if you get injured. If you know how to shoot, it's a part of your DNA. You don't lose it, even if you stop playing for a while. So I feel like Steph is going to have to carry a heavy burden if they miss Klay. But now that they got D'Angelo Russell, they got a guy that can really fill it up. They got a guy that can really fill it up, and a guy that can really play well with Steph. He played well with Spencer Dinwiddie. He even played well with Karis LeVert. So he can play on and off the ball, and he is a good decision maker. He led the team in assists and got a career high in assists last year. He showed a lot more maturity. He helped the team get to the playoffs as the only all-star on the team. They do have a lot to do with the roster still. To really be a significant team in the playoff race. They did trade Iguodala in a 2021 pick to Memphis. So they did trade one of their first round picks, and they traded one of their best defenders and players. And Iguodala is getting older. He still is valuable, but if you have business. It's not personal, it's just business. D'Angelo Russell is younger. D'Angelo Russell is a better player offensively right now. And if you even watch them without KD and Klay, they struggle spacing the floor. They struggle having that other guy that can create and still be a threat off the ball. Even though Iguodala tried his hardest, and he did an amazing job. That's why they almost went to Game 7. But you know for sure that D'Angelo Russell can do those things, because that's what he's been doing his whole entire life since high school, college, and so far in the NBA. So I don't think this is a move that's risky. I don't think it's crazy. I don't think that, he's going to be a defensive liability and so is Steph. You got to take gambles. And I always bring this up. Remember when they said you got to give credit to Steve Kerr for finding a way to play DeMarcus Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins is a terrible defender. He's a defensive liability after he tore his ACL. His Achilles. And you have to figure out, how can I use both of these players? How can I use these players to still go out there and compete? If that's your job as a coach, to find a way to win games. And this do sound like a move that don't make sense. Well, you got Steph. Why do you need D'Angelo Russell? Why would you trade away Iguodala? You have to evolve. Why did they add Kevin? This is the question. Why did they add Kevin Durant when they already was in the finals the last 2 years? They did it so they can be competitive and win titles. It wasn't the popular move. People didn't love the move, but Golden State did it. And Kevin Durant signed the contract, came back the next year, signed the contract, and then even in year 3, he signed with the Warriors for 3 straight years because he had a chance to compete and win titles. Was it the move everybody wanted him to make? No, but that's the move that he ended up making anyway, and it helped him go to 3 straight finals. After 15 and 16, they did it for 3 more years. This is one of those deals where the fans is going to be hurt because they love Iguodala. Steph Curry knows that it's going to hurt because he know that Iguodala and what he brings to the table, and he's family and they brothers at this point. But at the same time, this is stuff that you have to do if you want to stay on top. And we seen that with the dynasties. You have to make unpopular decisions. You have to take risks. Teams consistently get better. Teams consistently get deeper. And you have to be able to be competitive and find ways to stay on top. People got mad when DeMarcus Cousins chose to go to Golden State because now you got another guy that's at an all-star level that can dominate the game. That was an unpopular decision, and that was a decision people disliked. But the Warriors still made it. Why? So they can have another piece that can help them win a title. And we all know they would have won a title if it wasn't for the Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson injuries. And DeMarcus got injured in the playoffs too, and they still went to the finals. So that's what they were trying to do. Find ways to retool and reinvent this team so that way they can compete for titles for multiple years. And this is going to be one of those moves where it's not going to be popular. People are going to hate it. People are going to think it's stupid. People are going to say it don't make sense. And that could be true. But then again, you don't know if it will. Why? Because you got to see it happen. So I'm not the biggest fan of this deal, but I'm also not going to say it's a terrible deal. I'm a person that has believed and knew and messed with D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell is a baller. He plays basketball. He does a lot of things well. He do have some maturity problems, but he's not even 25. That's something that even Steph had. That's something that even Klay still has. And that's something that Draymond is still trying to get out of. So I think this is a decision that really going to shake the NBA. This is a powerful move if it does work. And I think it will. Steph is a guy that can really move off the ball. He's a guy that you always have to pay attention to. You always got to search for because if he gets open, he's a threat to knock down mid-range threes and he can get you off balance to where he can get to the paint. He's a good decision maker and he's a great passer when he has to make the pass. But you also got to look at it. Klay, he can slide to that 3 position because he is a legitimate 6'7", 6'8". So most small forwards are 6'8", 6'9". He can guard those players. As a matter of fact, he guards basically the best player on the other team while Draymond guards the inside. They still do have to find ways to retool their bench, but they do have more cap space now that Kevin Durant is no longer on the team. The problem is they are going to give Klay Thompson the $190 million max after they just gave Steph Curry the max. And if they do decide to keep Draymond, he's going to want the max. So I think that it will be fair depending on how the season goes on. Draymond showed how important he can be once he does what he does well, which is facilitate, attack, and literally defend. So when Portland was going against Golden State, we seen how valuable and how good Draymond Green still was because he was able to do what he does best. He still did it. It's just when you have Kevin Durant and you have DeMarcus Cousins with Klay and Steph, you don't have to do as much, and they don't need you to do as much. And that's why we seen a sacrifice of Draymond Green making that he had to do less because they had talent that can do it too. We seen the ball in KD hands a lot more. Those are usually touches that Draymond will have. We seen DeMarcus get a lot of post touches. Those are touches that Draymond would have. And we even seen that in the NBA Finals. This is a move that will keep them competitive, keep them in that race, and it's just showing you that Bob Myers, Steve Kerr, and Steph Curry are not giving up just because Klay went down. They're not giving up just because Kevin Durant is gone. This is a team that has went to 5 straight finals. This is a team that knows who they are. They know how to win, and they know what it takes. And they could have been 3 straight champions in that case. So they know what they're doing. I really want to see what else moves that they make.
and who they try to re-sign and who they try to take gambles and risks on. They do got some space, and they do have a team that people will still want to go to and take a sacrifice or take less money to stay with. So I think this move is going to be a move that either people going to love it or they going to hate it, but it may be a move that they needed to make to stay competitive in the title scene. The West is wide open still, even with this move, but it still shows you that the Warriors are still trying to be competitive no matter what people think, and they still going to try to make a run at the playoffs and the title. And I don't think that this move will end that. I don't think this move is the beginning, but it's a move that they took just to see if they can expand a window of winning titles a little bit longer. I am one of the people that said I think Kevin Durant made a mistake going to Brooklyn, and I just said that today. And I'm also a person that have said that the Warriors are not dead, even though they lost KD and they lost Clay for majority of the year, and they might also lose DeMarcus Cousins. This is one of those moves that we didn't see coming, but if it does work and it does make sense, they're going to still be at the top of the West. They might not be the favorite right now, and they may not be the favorite going into the season. But if this team works the way we think it's going to work and they play the way they've been playing and add another shooter and another ball handler, this team could be very hot and very hard to guard, just like they have been the last couple years. And this is the type of player that they need to really balance off their offense and allow Draymond to be Draymond, who they still do have. And now that they don't have KD and possibly DeMarcus and Iguodala, they're going to need Clay and Draymond, which is going to be hard because he's coming off ACL injury. You don't want to throw too much on him right away. But if they do lock up Clay, which we all expect that they will, this team is going to be right there for title contention. I like the move. I don't love it, but I also see the possibility of it being something nuclear, and it could be the possibility of something that could be a disaster. Best part about it is 4 years, $17 million is a good deal for D'Angelo Russell. So even if it don't work, he still will be young. He still can shoot and play make, so you can always get rid of him if it doesn't work or it doesn't work in year one or you try to do it in year two. He still will be a tradable asset at worst. If this fail, like it might, which is still a possibility. So let me know if you like this move. Do you think this is a powerful move? Do you think it's an underrated move? Do you think this is the beginning? Or do you think they're going backwards by losing defense and trying to replace it with offense? Or do you feel like they still will be able to figure it all out because it's all about who else you put together with this team and who else does they role? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description, comment section below. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description, comment section below. Thanks for everybody that likes on Facebook. Thanks for everybody that likes the videos. Thanks for everybody that comments. I like the activity that you guys have shown. I answered comments that make sense, if that makes sense. And also, at the end of the day, if you like this video, check out my older videos on my channel. I have many playlists. I break down rookies. I break down players. I break down summer league. I do cover the draft, and I got a mock draft up already. Not only that, I do podcasts, and I also talk about the game of basketball, whether it comes to summer league, free agency, trade deadline, buyouts, and also I cover top 10 discussions and stuff like that. So you like this type of video, you like the NBA, check out my older videos and my playlists. I enjoy making these videos. You guys enjoy watching. I'm gone.